Okay. So week 4, I guess, will be released the coming Friday. So it's better you just well versed with the week 3 content. Okay. Week 2 was pretty simple, the straight line. Week 3 is also very simple. It's like we'll just be discussing about the quadratic function, quadratic equation. We'll see about the quadratic equation, how to find the roots and then slopes, how to calculate the tangents at some particular point. Okay, what's the vertex, line of the axis of symmetry, all those things we are just going to discuss about it. And then we'll solve some problem also. So we'll start it off. So we have some 60 people now. Okay, let's start. So wherever you feel like you have a doubt, you can just raise your voice, like unmute yourself, or maybe raise your hand and then you can ask it out. So is your voice audible to everyone, right? There is no break, like there is no break or any, right? The voice is clear, right?
Yes, master.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, everyone. So let me share my screen.
Is this class
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Sir, is this class regarding about what?
Week 3, we'll start it off with week 3. That is the quadratic function, quadratic equation of mathematics. Yeah, that's one. I hope you have joined the right class, right? Okay, so let's start. I'll just. My screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So in week 3, we'll start it with the definition of the quadratic function, right? And you already know that. How do we generally quadratic function, any function that is generally represented in this form? Okay, where a is not equals to 0, because if you are already knowing that if a will be equals to 0, then this function will become a linear function, right? If let's for example a is equals to 0, this will become bx plus c, and this we have already read in the last week that this is an equation of a straight line, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whenever you have an equation, in the form of x square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0, this type of equation you generally call it as a quadratic function. Okay, I hope you are already aware of what is function, correct? Can somebody define what is function? Okay. So function you are already aware, right? You would have read about that the function is a relation
between set of two values.
Sir,
Yeah,
for
relation
every
between
input, we have different
In-
outputs.
Inputs and outputs.
Yeah, so it should be having exactly one element. The mapping should be unique, right? This is what you would have read, right? From if let's for example you have two sets and then you are making some relation. So you can have between two set n number of relation, but from those n number of relation, you'll be having very fixed number of functions, right? Correct? And the functions are those relations where if let's for example you are drawing a mapping from x to y, right? Okay, so the mapping from x to y should be pretty unique. Okay, let's for example, in a set x, if you have an element a and that has a mapping, let's for example 2, and has a mapping 3 also, do you think this is this relation is a function or not?
No, it's not a
No,
function.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Correct, it's not a function. Correct, it's not a function because whenever this function, let's for example this function was defined in such a way, right? If you are putting the value of a, putting the value of x equals to a, you don't know whether you'll be getting 2 or 3, right? So it can't be a function, because whenever for a function to be defined, if you are putting the value of some particular x, right, here a, you should be getting some unique value, right? Here you are not getting any unique value. You don't know whether you'll be getting 2 or you'll be getting 3, correct? right? So that's why this is not a function. But here, whatever we have defined, x square plus bx plus c, whenever we'll put a value of x here, we'll be getting a unique y. Okay, that's why this relation that has been given is a function. Okay, is it clear to everyone? And how will you plot this? Okay, so we'll come to. Okay, so one more thing. So this, whatever I have defined, y equals to x square plus bx plus c, correct? If you plot this, this will be coming in the form of some parabola, okay? And that parabola can be of two types. It can be going upward or it can be going downward. That depends on the value of a, whether a is positive or negative. Okay. Let's, for example, if you have a parabola like this, what do you think, whether this is a function or not? Is this plot that I have plotted,
sir,
this is
this
also one of
function.
type of a parabola that is
Not a
going
function.
rightward.
This
Is
is
this
not
a function or not?
It's not a function.
Not a
This is
function.
not a
Function.
It's
function.
not
Not
a
a
function. It will cut
So
off.
Correct.
for one value of x, we have more than one value of y.
It fails vertical line test.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's correct. So you can see that for one value of x, you are getting two value of y, right? And you don't know whether what you'll be getting, right? So that's why this also is not a function. Okay, this is a parabola. Okay, but it's not a function, and that can be, you already know about the horizontal line test, vertical line test. If you are not knowing, we'll be coming and we'll be reading about those things again week 5. Okay, week 5 will be just be reading about the type of functions and all. But as of now, you just should be knowing that whether the plot given, the given plot is a function or not. Okay, from here you can directly say that for one particular value of x, you are getting some two unique, not two values of y you are getting. Okay, it's not a unique thing. Okay, that's why it is not a function. But here you can see that for any particular value of x, you can get a unique y, right? So that's why this is a function. This is also a function. Okay, so whenever you have been given any equation in the form of x square plus bx plus c, okay, this function can be represented. This is simply a parabola. Okay, it can be going upward or going downward. Okay, that depends on the value of a. Is this clear? So till now, is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
So
sir.
till now, what I have discussed
Yes,
is
sir.
anything is in the form of x square plus bx plus c. Okay, where a is not equals to 0. Generally, you call it as a quadratic function. If a is 0, then we'll convert it to a linear function. Okay, and that you have read already about the straight line. Now, I told you it can be going upward or going downward. We'll come to know that which one is going upward and what are the conditions that will go downward or will go upward. The parabola I'm talking about. Now, the next thing that we'll be discussing is from the quadratic equation itself. Whenever we are plotting, right? So let's, for example, this can go like this or it can go like that. Okay. So we have to read one more thing about this. Whenever we are plotting about the parabola, right? You can see that there might be one axis of symmetry, right? Where like there will be first your one axis of symmetry, one straight line that can be parallel, that is parallel to y-axis. Okay, about which if we'll fold this parabola, right, this will be you like you can say that if you'll just fold it, like, okay, so if you'll try to fold this parabola, you'll see that will merge, right, one after. If you'll just fold it, it will merge. Okay, similarly for this parabola also that is going upward, you must be having some straight line, one straight line that you call it as axis of symmetry. So generally, if you have defined the axis of symmetry of a parabola, so I'll just write it as all parabola has some, has an, not some, has an axis of symmetry. Okay. That is, if the graph paper, let's for example, containing the graph of the parabola is folded. So if the graph paper containing this graph
Excuse
of
me,
parabola.
sir. Sir, sorry to interrupt you. So can you disable the
Yeah,
chat
go ahead.
because the chat is coming. Sir, the chat is coming in between the screen and it's very disturbing. Can you disable the chat?
Okay. So
You can mute, I think.
Give me a second. I'll just.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, the qualifier, the exam, we go and write in the center. Can you tell me what is the portions so that?
Yeah, the
Is it
portions
just
will be
week?
from week 1 to 4 only.
Hello?
Yeah. So please don't ask any like ops doubt or operational doubt. If you'll take again, this will be going to be. Yeah. Go ahead. Whoever is asking a doubt. What's your doubt? Is the screen visible now? Is it clear? Visible to you guys?
Yes, sir.
So, is it visual? Okay. So what I was
Yes, sir.
talking about till now, we have discussed about simple equation, and then you have a quadratic that you call it as a quadratic equation, right? And then I was talking about the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is nothing but a straight line, right? Straight line. If you are dealing with a parabola that is going upward or downward, right? That the axis of symmetry will be a parallel a line that is parallel to y-axis. Okay, and I was writing the definition of that. All parabola will be having some like one axis of symmetry. If the graph paper containing this graph of a parabola is folded, right, along this axis of symmetry that you call, then the portion of parabola on either side will exactly match. Okay. So let's, for example, if I'm drawing some parabola, this might be the axis of symmetry. If you'll just fold this, this will exactly match. Okay, is this clear? So this will be the axis of symmetry of this parabola. Now we have to find this equation. By finding the equation of this line, the straight line, that is generally we are calling it as the axis of symmetry. Okay. Can somebody tell me what? Can you just tell me the form of equation of this line? If any straight line that is parallel to y-axis, what
Sir, x
do
equal
you
to
think?
a. X equal to a.
X equals to some constant. Yeah, correct. That's absolutely right. So any equation that is parallel to y-axis, you will be writing in the form of x equals to some constant. Okay. Can somebody tell me if a line that is parallel to x-axis, what will be the equation of those lines? Those are parallel to x-axis.
So
Y is equal to k.
Correct. So this will be parallel to y-axis. And if you have y equals to some constant, right? This will be what? Parallel to x-axis.
Exactly.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So this is with the axis of symmetry. Now I'll tell you some like you can in the lectures. I guess the formula is directly written as x equals to minus b by 2a. I'll tell you how generally you get it. So for that, you just need a basic idea about the differentiation. Even though I'll just let you know. I hope you would have heard about the word like differentiation. You would have heard like already knowing the concept of the differentiation. How generally you will get the equation of this straight line that is parallel to y-axis, and if you will fold your equation, okay, that should exactly match. Now, before that, I'll let you know about the vertices also. Okay, this is a vertex of a parabola. What can you say about the vertex of this parabola? The vertex is that particular point where the parabola, the graph, or you can say the plot of the parabola and the axis of symmetry meets. Okay, that generally you call it as a vertex. So this vertex will be, for sure, will be having x coordinate and one y coordinate. Correct? Right? So what
Yes, sir.
did I say about the vertex of a parabola? A point at the point at which the vertex of a parabola will be some sort of a coordinate x comma y, and that coordinate, this point will be the point at which the axis of symmetry will meet the graph of the parabola. Okay, or you can say intersect the parabola. And this is the vertex, right? Like this. Okay, so this is axis of symmetry, and this is a vertex, right? This is some form of a parabola, that is x square plus bx plus c. Okay, now, okay, can somebody tell me at this point at the vertex, what do you think? What will be the slope at this vertex? Slope, you know, right? The change in y.
0.
Correct. Yeah, correct. The slope will be 0 at this particular vertex, right? So everybody is convinced, right? The slope at this particular point, that is the vertex. The slope, if you are want to draw any line, right, that will be basically parallel to x-axis. Correct? At this point. So, and any line that is parallel to x-axis, the slope generally is what? 0. Correct. Now, what I have to, so for this equation, whatever the parabola that I was having, the quadratic equation was ax square plus bx plus c. Now, what I have to do is, at this point, the slope will be 0. Correct? So now I got a clue. So I have an equation. What I'll do is, I'll just differentiate this equation and equate it to 0 to get the vertex. Correct? To get the x coordinate or the y coordinate, whatever it will come. So now let's see what I'll be getting. So let's do it. So del y by del x, or you can say this is dy by dx. What will I get? If you are differentiating this equation, what will you get?
2ax plus b.
Plus b.
Correct. 2x plus b. So this is what? This is a slope at some point x comma y, right? Now I know that at this vertex the slope will be 0. So can I equate it to 0, right? So 2ax plus b. If I equate it to 0, what will I get? X equals to minus b by 2a. Correct? What is this? This is the x coordinate of your vertices. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Are you able
Yes,
to
sir.
understand? Yeah. So this x that we have got, x equals to minus b by 2a, this is the x coordinate of your vertex. What else is this? Can somebody tell me? If you are able to get the vertex, x coordinate of the vertex as minus b by 2a, what else is this? Is the equation of axis of symmetry be minus x equals to minus b upon 2a? What do you think? See, I told you, for any line that is parallel to y-axis, what will be the equation? X equals to some constant. And that line will for sure pass through this vertex. Correct? So the
Y
x coordinate
coordinate
of...
is 0.
No, I'm not talking about the y coordinate. Just give me a second. So what I was saying, this axis of symmetry, if you have to get the equation of this axis of symmetry, this axis of symmetry will be in some form of x equals to some constant k. Correct? And this axis of symmetry is also passing through the vertex. So the x coordinate of that vertex, what do you think? Will be the equation of axis of symmetry or not?
Yes, sir.
Correct? How many of you are convinced with that? That the equation of axis of symmetry will be nothing but x equals to minus b by 2a. That is basically the x coordinate of your vertex itself. Are you able to get it? Or how many
Yes,
of you have
sir.
not understood? Anybody who has not understood that how to get the axis of symmetry? If you have not okay, let's repeat this. So what I was trying to say is, this is a straight line. Okay. So this is your parabola, correct? So for parabola, the axis of symmetry is that line where if you are folding your parabola, right, it should match toward each other, right? So this will be some sort of a, this is axis of symmetry for this parabola. And the equation of this line will be what? X equals to some constant, correct? Till now, is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next thing that I was saying is, this is your vertex. So vertex is that particular point where your parabola is meeting your axis of symmetry. Okay. So this is a vertex. And you can see that at this particular point where this is a vertex, right? At this point, the slope, if you are just drawing a straight line, that will be parallel to x-axis. That means what? The slope basically here is 0 for this line. That is parallel to the parallel to x-axis, right? Now, if any line, right, that is parallel to x-axis, the slope will be 0. Now, what I'm trying to do is, for this equation, the equation of this parabola, I have already x square plus bx plus c. Now, at this point, I know already that the slope at this point will be 0. Correct? So what I've done is, I just kept it as x itself. So the coordinate here is x comma y itself. Correct? And if I have y equals to x square plus bx plus c, right? At each and every point, this equation will be satisfied, right, by this parabola. So now what I'm trying to do is, this xy I just thought as a vertex of this parabola. Now what I'm doing is, I'll have to do the differentiation dy by dx and equate it to 0, because I know that at this point, if I'm getting a straight line, right, that will be parallel to x-axis, the slope will be basically 0. So now 2ax plus b, I have just equated to 0. Correct? And now x equals to what? Minus b by 2a. Why I'm equating to 0? Because I already know that at this vertex, the slope, okay, at this vertex, the slope is 0. So that's why I have just differentiated this equation, whatever the equation I was having. Okay, I know that if I'll put x equals this, whatever I have differentiated, I'll put xy, right, at that particular point, the slope will be 0. So that's why I equated to 0. And then I got the point x equals to minus b by 2a. That means what? X is what? Minus b by 2a. Is this clear to everybody or not?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Clear to everybody,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Now,
sir.
okay. Now, I told you, right? The axis of symmetry is nothing but some sort of equation in the form of x equals to constant. Correct? And that is also passing through the vertex. So the x coordinate of the vertex is nothing but your equation of the axis of symmetry only. Is this clear? Or you are not able to understand?
Yes, sir. It's
Sir,
Yes,
it's
sir.
clear. Sir, it's clear.
Clear. Right? Now, can somebody tell me how can I find the y coordinate of this vertex? If you have the
By
x
putting
coordinate,
x in the
can't you
equation.
find?
You can substitute x
Nice, super.
in the original equation.
Correct. So you already know that this equation you already know, y equals to x square plus bx plus c. Any value that you will put here, x, let's for example, you're putting x1. So you'll be getting some y1, right? A x1 whole square plus b x1 plus c. Correct? Now what I have is x equals to minus b by 2a. So when you will put the function value, so the function value at minus b by 2a. That is nothing but the y coordinate of your vertices. Correct? So the vertex is what? The vertex is nothing but minus b by 2a, comma, f of minus b by 2a. Is this clear to everybody? And this is nothing but your equation of axis of symmetry. Till now, everything is clear, right? To everybody?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I was in the
Excuse me,
starting.
sir.
Yeah.
So I have a doubt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So in week two, there was a lecture. Name what's the name? It's last lecture of week.
So week 2 we are not discussing. We are discussing week 3. So if you
Oh.
have a doubt, you can just ask me in the end, but not during this session, right? So if you whatever we are going through, if you have a doubt regarding that, you can ask me, or in the end you can ask me about the week 2 doubt that you have. Okay. So otherwise,
Okay,
the
sir.
flow of the session will be Okay. Thanks for understanding.
Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Sir, I have also a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, why we are equating the dy by dx is equal to 0? It's not clear to me now.
Okay. Why we are equating it to 0? So after differentiating, why we are equating it to 0? That is your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, if you have a line, right? This was your parabola, right? So at this point, bilkul at the bottom, right? If you'll just draw a straight line, what do you think? What is the slope of this line?
Slope should be dy by dx, most probably.
What is the slope? This line? What is the slope of this line?
Slope.
Slope. What is slope? What do you mean by slope?
Slope like dy by dx or m, which represents slope basically.
Correct. So this slope, what do you think? This line will be parallel to x-axis. Correct. If any line that is parallel to x-axis, what is the slope of those lines? What is the angle that is making to the x-axis?
Angle should be 0.
Angle is 0. So tan of 0 is what? Tan of 0 is the slope, right?
0.
Yes,
Tan,
sir.
yeah, correct. So tan of 0 is 0, correct?
Yes,
That
sir.
means what? M is equals to 0. Is this clear? This is clear till now?
Yes,
So,
it's clear now.
okay. So that's why I was equating to 0, because for this, I was having the equation of this line, right? If at some particular, let's for example, some random point x square plus bx plus c, right? If I just differentiate it, okay, the differentiation will give me what? The slope at some particular point, right? And if I'm equating to 0, so I can get this particular x point where the slope is getting 0. I can equate it to some random value also. Let's for example 2ax plus b. That is what I got, right? That
Yes,
is what
sir.
I got, right? Different. Yeah. Let's for example this was equal to 5. So that was equals to 5. That means what? X should be equals to here 5 minus b upon something 2a. This would be some value. Let's for example, this would be that point. This would be the x1. Here, the slope at this particular point, right? Okay, at x1 is equals to 5. Are you getting me? So the slope, if I'll just draw a straight line here, right? So here the slope will be something where the value tan of theta is equals to 5. Okay, but at this point, at the vertices, where the minima exists of a parabola, there the slope is 0. That's why I equated to 0 just to get the value of this x. Are you getting me? Is this, are you able to understand? Okay. So the next thing that I was discussing, I'm about to discuss is any equation in the form of x square plus bx plus c. This is equation, right? Let's for example, a is greater than 0, and if a is less than 0, what do you think? How should I plot the equation? In which of the two? The parabola will go upward?
A is positive.
First one.
Positive, then
A
upward.
positive.
The
negative.
first one A greater than 0.
Correct. So here it will go upward, here it will go downward. Okay. Okay. Let's, for example, here A is greater than 0, here A is less than 0. Just think of this is y equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Sorry, plus c. A is greater than 0. You just think of, you have x coordinate and this is x axis and y axis, right? Now, let's, for example, you are putting x equals to some infinite value. Some infinite, if you just put it infinite, what do you think? What will be the y? So if I'm
So
putting,
that also will be infinite.
correct. So this is what it's showing, right? If you just go to infinite, right, plus infinite, your y should also go to some infinite. This is what the function tells you, right? That is how it goes upward. If a was negative, let's, for example, this example, if x was going to infinite, so let's, for example, the function equals to x square plus bx plus c. Here a is negative. Let's, for example, some minus 5 x square plus some random value bx plus c. If you will put x here as infinite, what will happen? What will you get? Infinite or minus infinite? Minus infinite. Correct. And this is what your plot also shows, right? If you'll go to infinite, right, you'll be getting some minus infinite as a y value. Correct. So everybody got the idea, right? Why this is going downward and why this is going upward? If your a is positive, the parabola will go upward, and if the a is negative, the parabola will go downward. Is this clear to everybody?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if so, the first thing is, if the parabola was going upward, so the equation will be in the form of y equals to x square plus bx plus c, where a is greater than 0. Now, can somebody tell me at the vertices what will happen? Whether you will be getting the maxima or minima. Maxima means
Minima.
you'll be
Minimum.
getting. Okay.
Minima.
Correct. So minima generally means the minimum value of your function. Okay. Let's, for example, this is your x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay. So you can see that this is the point. This is was your vertex, right? Now, above this point, all the values that you'll be getting of y will always be greater than, let's, for example, this is some value y dash. Any value of y, any value of, let's, for example, any value of x that you'll be taking, right? You'll be getting always y greater than y dash. Correct? Is this clear to everyone? So this point that you are getting, right, this vertex for any parabola that is going upward, this will always be the minima. So minima is that point where you'll be getting the minimum value of the function. Okay, so every function value at any particular x will always be greater than your minima. Okay, for any parabola that is going upward. Is it clear to everybody? And the reverse,
Yes, sir.
will happen for any parabola that is going downward. So any parabola that is going downward, right? For this parabola, what will happen? So at the vertex, what will happen? The maxima or minima?
Maxima.
Maxima.
Correct.
Maxima.
Correct. So this y value, y dash, any value that you'll be getting y, okay, that will always be less than y dash. So here you are getting maxima. Correct. So you'll be able to you'll not be getting confused, right? I don't think you'll be able to. Now you'll be confused with anything, right? So now I told you about the minima maxima. I'll come up with some question that will give you more clarity. But as of now, I'm just going through the concepts. I already told you the axis, the equation of axis of symmetry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hello. Okay. You can just mute yourself if you don't have any doubt. I told you about the slope also. Now. Yeah. Go ahead. What is your doubt? Hello. Okay. I want to see them out. So we have discussed about the axis of symmetry, vertex we have discussed, and then slope we have discussed. Okay. How can you find a tangent? So tangent is nothing but you have to get the equation of a straight line at that any curve. Let's for example, this was your curve, right? Let's for example, you need a tangent at this particular point, right? So tangent will be something you have already got. You can calculate directly the slope at this particular point. So you need a straight line, okay, that will just touch this equation, okay, touch and go. So to find the equation of a line that will just touch the equation or the quadratic equation, right? What do you need? You need a point through which a straight line passes, and you need the slope, correct? So to get the equation of any straight line, what do you need? You need a slope, and then you need a point, right? I hope you already know that slope point form, right? You need y equals to mx plus c, right? So if you have the slope of a line and a point through which this line is passing, you can calculate the equation of a line, right? Are you able to understand this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. Okay. So let's solve some problem that will give you more clarity, and then we'll discuss the next concept. Okay. So let's go through. Okay. So this is the equation. Can you see the screen, right? The equation where you have been given, right? So let's just mark it as. Okay. Now, for this function, y equals to x square plus 10x plus 1. First, tell me whether this parabola will go upward or downward.
Upward.
Word.
Sir, upward.
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 This will go upward. What do you think? Function having a minima or a maxima?
Minima.
Minima.
Minima. Minima.
Minima or a maxima?
So minima.
Okay.
Minima.
Sir, minima.
At what particular point? Okay. Can somebody tell me the coordinate at which the minima exists?
So minus b upon
Sir,
two.
Where does
minus
the
5.
minima exist?
Minus 5.
-5.
Yes, 5.
Okay. So at what point the minima occurs? At vertex. Correct? Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
x coordinate and y coordinate of the vertex. So the x coordinate will denote at which point the vertex. So okay. So vertex, the x coordinate will tell you at which x coordinate the minima or the maximum exists. So for this case, whatever you have, you can get an idea about the point at which the minima exists. And the y coordinate will tell you what the exact minimum value it will tell you. Okay, are you getting me? So now, which of the option will be correct?
Sir,
What do you
option
think?
B.
So b.
Okay, so option B, many of you are saying. Can somebody tell me? Okay, so you have already calculated the x coordinate. What was the x coordinate? If you just differentiate
Minus
it,
5.
2x
Minus
plus
5.
10 equals to 0. So x equals to minus 5. So at x equals to minus 5, the minima will exist. What is the value of the minimum?
Sir, minus
So that you can
24.
calculate it, right? Yeah, you just have to put in this function minus 5. So if when you will put here, so minus 5 the whole square plus 10 times minus 5 plus 1, correct? So this is 25 minus 50 plus 1, okay? That you are getting as minus 24. Is this clear to everybody? Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the next question is this one. Yeah. You solve. So whoever doesn't have any doubt, try to solve this. And then you don't have to speak out, okay, the answer. Let everybody try this. Yeah, whoever has a doubt, you just ask me the doubt.
Means
What's the doubt?
for a upward opening parabola, the vertex is the minima, and for a downward opening parabola, the vertex is the maximum. In both of these cases, is the
The vertex.
So in this was right what I told.
Yeah, that is correct. If the parabola is going upward, the minima will exist at the vertex, and if the parabola is going downward, the maximum will exist at the vertex. Correct.
So in both of these cases, will the coordinate be minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a?
Minus b by 2a. Yeah, the x coordinate will be minus b by 2a. Okay?
And y coordinate will be minus d by
That's
4a.
the formula. That's the formula. You just put the value of minus b by 2a, whatever the value that you will be getting, that will be the y coordinate. I don't know the exact value. Like you can just put the value and then get it.
होमवर्क में कुछ पूछना है?
Okay. Okay. Have everybody tried this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Which one is the answer?
Sir, -1.
Sir, minus
Option C.
C.
Minus
Option
one,
C.
option C.
Do I need to solve this, or everybody got the answer? So just asking the x coordinate of the ant's location once it reaches the vertex of its path. So here you just have to calculate the vertex. So the equation of the line is what? Y equals to x square plus 2x plus 4. How do you calculate the vertex? You already know that at the vertex, the slope will be 0. So you can equate it to 2x plus 2 equals to 0. So x equals to -1. Okay, can somebody tell me the minimum value that this function can have? What will be the minimum value? Just have to put
3.
-1 plus 2 times -1 plus 4. So whatever the value that you are getting, that will be the minimum value of this function. Okay, so the minima exists at -1. If in the question, if it is asked, well, at which x the minima will exist, you will have to write -1. If the question is what is the minimum value of this function, then you have to write this value, the y coordinate of the vertex. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Solve this question, fourth one. Solve this question.
Sir, C.
Yes, sir. Option C.
Everybody got it right? So you just have to get the x's
Yes,
out.
sir.
So the vertices, right? The x coordinate of that. So the x coordinate I told you, right? So x equals to -2. So from the option itself, you can get an idea, right? So this option is incorrect. This is incorrect. Only
Sorry to
the
interrupt,
answer
sir.
can be. Yeah.
Sir, maxima is x-intercept and minima is y-intercept.
No.
Oh,
If
no,
you have
what we did in last question, you did that x and y, and you said that this is for minimum value for y, and x
no,
is
this okay. Yeah. So at vertices, right? So I'll just write it to avoid the confusion. What I said, if parabola going upward, okay, this will be having minima. Okay, at vertex, at x coordinate of the vertex.
understood, sir. Understood.
Okay, and the minimum value of the function, the minimum value of function is nothing but y coordinate of vertex.
Thank you, sir. But
Okay,
yes,
and the
sir.
similar thing you can just write it for the going downward. So for going downward, okay, to the maxima, okay, and the maximum value. Clear? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have solved this question. Let's go to the next question. Try this one, fifth one. Everybody, the answer is written, but you try it from yourself. And from this, so what I'm trying to say is, if you just go through today's lecture itself, in the exam, whatever the question that is coming from week 3, you'll be able to solve it. Okay. So you don't have to again go and revisit it. If you're just able to solve whatever the problem that we are discussing, that is more than enough. There's nothing much to be discussed in week 3. So whatever discussing, that is more than enough.
10 answer.
Okay.
So u equal to 10.
Let others solve also. You also tell me the maximum value of. Maximum value also you tell. Yeah.
Sir, where can I get this tutorial video? This class?
Which video?
Yes, sir. Which you are doing now? Where can I get watch later?
Yeah, it's there on the YouTube. So you'll be getting the video on the YouTube.
Sir, can you please share us the link, sir?
Link of what? The YouTube
This
video?
recording class, sir. It's very hard for us to find.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You can
I'll
subscribe the IITM BS channel.
Okay, no. Okay, you can do that also. You can just subscribe that channel also, or I'll just put it in the calendar itself. From the calendar, you can get it. Okay.
Yes, sir. It will be very helpful, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we need
when
the
this video will be
recording
uploaded?
session, sir. Is this are they going to available in calendar?
Yeah. It's there in the calendar. You can check it. I have just.
What about the
just added.
previous session, sir?
Previous session also you can get it from there itself.
Sir, when this video will be uploaded in YouTube?
Is there any channel in YouTube, sir, so that we can subscribe and we can go through that?
Yeah, it's there. So I just paste it. You can just go to the calendar and then check. The YouTube link is there. So wherever that YouTube link is, so you can just subscribe that channel itself. In that channel, there will be a maths one. Like you can just go to the videos. The maths one, there will be, what do you call that?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
So from there you can just get it. So maths, yeah, maths on
when
all
this
the
video will
videos
be uploaded?
It's already going live only. So you don't.
Sir, where, sir? Maths, sir.
Maths one. So I've just pasted in the what do you call, like the calendar itself, the link. So you can just go to the calendar so you get an idea about
Sir, if you don't mind, can you please paste here? Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, so you just try solving this question.
Maximum 300.
So y is equal to 10 at y is equal to 300. Sorry, u is equal to 10 at y is equal to 300.
Okay. Everybody has solved this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if everybody has solved that, let's move to the next problem. Yeah, I guess 300 correct answer. Yeah, try this one. So similar type of problem will be there in the exam also. You just try this one. This you are able to. If you are able to solve this, I don't think so. You'll be facing any issue in solving the paper, like the qualifier paper from at least the quadratic equation. Whichever question that we are discussing, right? So almost similar problem that is there in your qualifier paper also. So whoever is not solving, please try to solve it. So what I'm trying to do is just watch this 2 hour of lecture and then like quadratic equation, that will be like you don't have to go and revise it again and solve. So whatever we are solving, that is more than enough, at least for the quadratic equation. You try solving this question.
So for the qualifier and for the regular term, it's the first quiz will be up to only up to week 4 only, am I right?
Yeah.
Sir, I'm not getting this question.
Okay, I'll solve this. First, let other also try.
Sir, done.
Okay. So, so here, see the equation is similar to your parabola, right? You can see that the parabola is going downward, right? So at this vertex, this will be the vertex. So at the vertex, what will happen? The maximum will occur, right? And the maximum value is what? 5. It's already been given. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to calculate the x coordinate first, right? Whatever the x coordinate that you'll be getting, I'm just giving you a hint and then you can try it out. You just calculate the x coordinate first. So let's, for example, x coordinate is x1. Okay, put the value in this equation, you'll be getting the y coordinate. And y coordinate, you have to equate it to 5. Okay, you'll get the answer. So here, what is this parabola? This parabola is going downward, right? If a parabola is going downward, you'll be getting at vertex, the maximum will exist. Okay, so the maximum will exist, right? So you can calculate the x coordinate from there, first of all. Now, if you get the x coordinate, you just put there in this equation to get the y value. Y value is what? The maximum of this, maximum value of this quadratic equation. And that maximum value is what? Whatever the y1 that you'll be getting, that you have to be equated to 5 meter. That's it. You'll be getting the answer. Is it clear to everybody? Now can you try this? Are you guys trying?
Sir, can you please show your screen?
Is it not? Is it visible or not? My screen? Not visible, huh?
I see someone else's screen here.
What? No, I guess my.
It's good. It's good now.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I could get it now.
You understood, right? Everybody understood, right? Should I solve this or you are able to? You'll be able to solve it.
Please solve it.
Okay. Let's solve this question. So now, the first hint that I gave was at vertex, the maxima is occurring, right? So I'm solving this. So at vertex, the maximum will occur. At vertex, the slope will be equal to 0. That everybody knows that, and then you already know the slope of the equation. So now at this vertex, you have to calculate the vertex, right? So to calculate the vertex, what is this? Minus 10t. So you just differentiate it equated to 0, right? Or you use the formula that you have 2ax plus b. You use this formula, okay, equated to 0, or I'll just differentiate it. If you are not aware of the differentiation, that we will be like studying the differentiation, teaching the differentiation in coming weeks. But if you are not knowing, you can directly use this formula itself. The slope at any particular point of the quadratic equation. Now, if you just use this formula, what will you get? Minus 10t plus u upon 2 equals to 0. This is what you will get. Correct? Now, t is equals to what? U upon 20. So this is your x coordinate, right? So here you have x is in the form of t, time, right? So here t that you are getting is u upon 20. Okay, so at this point you are getting the maxima. What did I say? Whatever point that you are getting, x coordinate, to get the maximum value, because here it has been given as a hint, 5 meter is the maximum value of this parabola, right? So you just put this value t equals to u upon 20 in this equation. Okay, so now you have to put it like this, minus 5. What do you get? U upon 20 the whole square plus half u by 20 times u equals to 5. Okay, if you solve this equation, you'll get the value of u. Are you able to understand this? How many of you are able to solve it?
So I have a question. So why we are equating this to 5? Like from the question, how to make out that
No. So from this question, it has been given, right?
5.
This is 5, right? And you
Yeah,
already
it is
know that for a parabola that is going downward, right? This value
Yes.
will be maxima, correct? Any value that you are getting, right? That will be smaller than 5 meter.
Yes, yes.
And you already know that any parabola that goes downward at this vertex, the maxima exists. And the maximum value is already given as 5 meter. So that's the hint only, right?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Okay.
Sir,
Clear to everybody, right? Anybody has yeah, go ahead.
Sir, here the time t which is given is total time of light. यानी कि it means कि it when it launches from ground and lands the follows the whole path, it will take time t. But at maximum height, it will only take t by 2 time. There we should take t by 2 time, na?
What?
Here at maximum height, that is 5 meter, the total time should be t by 2, according to me.
Why it should be t by 2?
Because it's total time of light is t. It means it's follows a whole parabolic path that it is taking total time t.
But is it passing? No. You have understood it. Like you don't mix the whatever you have learned in physics, right? Here, like it is nothing. You don't have to use any concept here. And first of all, this is not also passing. Like it's not like we are just throwing this parabola from origin or something like that has been given. Okay, so you don't have to use that concept of t by 2 or something. What I'm trying to say is, at this point, let's for example, you don't think of it in the form of a t. Just think is in the form of x's. Okay, just leave t. Now this is the equation, right? This is equation of your line, right? Equation of a parabola that is going downward, right? This is some constant u, some constant, some. Let's for example, this not do not think is at like initial value or something. Just think in the form of some constant a. This is some constant a, correct? Now it has been given that the function the of this parabola. Like, what did you thought of that thing? Like t equals to t by 2 or something, x equals to x by 2. No, right? Are you able to understand this? What I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Right? You don't think of it in the form of this is initial value or final value. You know, mix the physics like the motion that you have learned in class 11th or 12th. Here, okay.
Okay.
This was a pretty simple question where everything was given to you. You don't have to think like whether it will be at this particular at the maximum height will achieve will be the equation will be h square by 4g or whatever that you have learned, right? You don't mix all these things like where this gravity and all those things. Huh? I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, we solve this question. Okay, if you are able to solve this,
what's the answer for the previous question?
The answer is, I guess, 20 you'll be getting. Okay, let's solve it.
Also, I had one question. You've written
you'll be getting as minus 5. I can't hear you. So this is 80. So this is u square upon 80 equals to 5. So you'll be getting u square equals to 400. So U will be 20. Is it clear?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also mentioned 2ax plus b equal to 0, right? Isn't there an easier way to solve this?
This method you're talking about?
Yeah, the 2ax plus b, when you use.
Yeah. See, what I'm trying to say, if you have equation ax square plus bx plus c, okay?
Yes.
So if you will differentiate it, what will you do, right? That is what I was writing.
Okay. But
Did you
here,
get the idea?
even if you use 2ax plus b equal to 0 and you use the value of a and b here,
You'll get the answer. That is what I did, right? I just differentiated. So after differentiation, I got the same thing, 2x plus b only, and then I equated to 0. So you are just like.
Okay. I mean, I don't understand differentiation. So
I differentiated dy dx and dq. No. This 2, even though you'll use 2x plus b, right? If you just think of, you'll be getting the same value, the same equation.
It just seemed much simpler.
Yeah. So no, both are same only. It's like, okay, you just write it 2x. What is the value of a here? X and the value of b equal to 0. That is what I did, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you just say that you'll, let's for example, here 5 will be getting, minus 5 will be getting here, and the b whatever you'll be getting in the form of whatever the value it was, u by 2. Correct? So for you, b is equal to this one. Yeah. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. That is what I did. And then from here you can get the value of t, and then similarly you can equate it and get the value.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, sir. Okay. So I was saying solutions, like we'll be solving, and then we have some simple concept again, how to calculate the roots and all. So we'll go through that. First, try to solve it. So most of the concept we have already done. So this week is one of the the simplest week. Where you just have to know about the minima, maxima, vertex, axis of symmetry. That's it. And then how to calculate the roots of the equation. That we have already a formula. You already have learned those.
Sir, can you share this PDF in the discussion?
You can solve that with the help of Python. Yeah, I'll share that PDF. Don't worry. Try this question. This might take a lot. Like this question is also pretty simple, but you just have to think a bit. Nothing more. This is a simple parabola. Again, you can see that this is a parabola. Can somebody tell me whether this parabola is going upward or downward?
Downward.
Correct. This parabola is going downward. Yeah, correct. This parabola is going downward. Right. So now it has been given that a football player kicks a football from the ground. The path of the football is modeled in this way, right? So this is some form of, so somebody has kicked the football. So this is going in some form of a parabola. Now where x is the horizontal distance, hx is the height of the ball. That's pretty much evident. And height of the ball above the ground. When both of them measured this unit you don't have to worry about, because the answer will also be in the feet. Okay, one more thing. This is okay. Another player jumps. Okay, this is 120, 125. Otherwise, you'll not be getting on. So this is 125. Okay. So another player jumps and takes a header. So it was going in some sort of way. So somewhere here, some player jumped. Okay, and then did the header. Then the slope of at this particular point, the slope will also been given as 0.64 minus 0.64, and then you have to find it. So what is the height where the player did the header and the maximum height of this parabola? Because you already know that this parabola is going downward, so this will be having a maxima, okay, and then maximum height that the ball will achieve, right? And this height also you have to tell where the football player has done the header. Yeah. Everybody try this answer.
So option B.
Option B. And what about the height that the player achieved, like while doing the header?
No, sir, I didn't do this yet.
Okay, try that one also. Everybody try that. Both answer I need. The maximum height the ball will achieve and the height at which the player will do the header. So both height I need. Okay, if we are not able to, can we solve this? So the answer, we can leave apart the answer. See, the equation of the line was already given. Y equals to 1 minus 1 upon 125 x square plus 20. So this is the equation of the parabola that is going downward. Now, so this is pretty simple to calculate the maximum height achieved by the football, right? So you already know that at that particular point where the maximum will be achieved, the slope will be 0. Correct? Right? So 2ax plus b equals to 0. Correct? B, you already know that b is already 0 here. So x will always be 0. So when the x is equals to 0, the football will achieve its maximum height. So it will be equal to 20 feet. So the maximum height that will be achieved by this football will be 20 feet. Is it clear to everybody or not?
Clear, sir.
Correct? Now,
sir.
the next part is what? The next part is where the header, the football player will do the header, right? So now I have to get that height. You know that at this
Can't hear you. Hello.
Sir, you
Hello.
Yeah. Are you able to? There. Hello. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Now your
Yes, sir,
voice
right.
is clear.
Now we can. We missed like 20 seconds.
Yes. Just give me a sec. Okay, just wait for a minute. I'm changing my Wi-Fi that network. So is this question that we were discussing, is it clear to everybody?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll just solve that. Don't worry. Just give me a minute. I'll just solve that.
So we can't see your screen.
Yeah, I have not shared it. Just give me a minute here. Okay. Can you see the screen now? Is it visible now?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So what I was discussing, the maximum height we have calculated, right? We have to calculate the height at which the player was doing the header, right? Correct? Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, so the next part would be what? You just have to equate the slope at what? The slope you have to equate it to 2ax plus b. You have to equate it to minus 0.64. Correct? B is already 0. And then you will get the value of x. What do you think? Will the x value that you will be getting will tell you the height or the y coordinate at that particular x? Which one? Anybody?
40, sir.
It tells you the horizontal distance, no?
Yeah, x tells you the horizontal distance, right? So the y will tell you the height of that player, like the point at which he did the header, right?
Yeah.
So now here you have to calculate the x coordinate. How will you calculate the x coordinate? You just have to calculate the a. That's it. So what you will be getting minus 2 times plus 1 upon 125 x equals to minus 0.64. Got cancelled. So x you can calculate it from here. This is what 100 you will be
40,
getting.
sir.
40, yeah? X equals to 40. Correct? X equals to 40 you got. Now you have to calculate the value of the y. That will tell you the maximum height that the football player jumped or whatever the height at which he did the header. Okay, if we'll put the value of x here, what was the equation of the line? Equation of parabola, that was minus 1 upon 125 x square. So you'll have to do 40 whole square plus 20. The y value that you'll be getting, that will tell you the maximum height. Okay, so what you'll be getting minus 1600 upon 125 plus 20. What is this value?
7.2.
I'm sorry, sir. I somewhere lost the track. Sir, how come we have a minus sign in before where we are equating the two and we have written minus 2 bracket plus 1 upon 125 x?
Okay. This value you are talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this value, let's say example, if you are getting, see, that is what, if you are getting confused how to get the value of a, right?
Yes, sir.
Just differentiate this, right? Differentiate this. What will you get? If you differentiate this equation, minus 1 upon 125 x square, what will you get? 2 times minus 1 upon 125 times x. This you have to get it to minus 0.64. Correct?
Okay, sir. I think I missed the minus sign in the equation itself.
Oh, okay. So everybody got that idea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's move to the next part. So there is nothing left. Now you just have to know how do you solve a quadratic equation. Okay. And what do you mean by solving a quadratic equation? So any equation that has been given to you, right? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now, all the values of x, right? You'll be having how many values of x? 2 values maximum you can have, where the function can achieve the value of 0. Those are the zeros of the function. Okay. Yeah. So those points are known as the zeros of the function. So x1, x2, right? At which the function fx1 equals to 0 or fx2 equals to 0. So this x1, x2 will be what? You can say the root of the equation, the quadratic equation, or the zeros of the quadratic equation. Okay. Or the x-intercept. So x-intercept is nothing but the point at which it will cut the x-axis. Okay. So any parabola or any quadratic equation, let's for example, this is a quadratic equation, this is cutting, right? So this can cut at 2 maximum point, right? This can be x1 and this can be x2. So these are the point at which the function is cutting the x-axis. This you call it as a zeros of the function of so, or you call it the x-intercept, or you call the root of this equation. Okay. And you have already read about that. How do you get the equation that the root, or so you have a basic simple formula, right? Minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2. Correct? I don't think so. This will be having any doubt in this question or not. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You already know that this is what do you call this?
Sridharacharya method.
These are, what is this?
Discriminant.
Yeah.
Discriminant.
Yeah, this you call it as a discriminant, right? And you already know that if this value is greater than 0, that means what? You will always be getting two real roots.
And distinct
Two real roots.
Two real roots you'll be getting, right? And if it is equals to 0, that means what? You'll be getting repeated root.
Both the
right?
roots are single real.
Correct. And if this is less than 0, that means what? You will not be getting any
Non-real
real root. You'll be getting complex
Non-real.
conjugate root. Okay. I don't have to go like, and like you already know that if this is greater than 0, you can get the two real roots and then equal to 0, 1. The repeated root. You'll be getting two root only, but repeated. So generally you call it as a repeated root. Okay. And then, so both the condition you can just think of as, okay, if you are getting this, what do you think? Which condition is this? Which condition of the discriminant is this? B square minus 4ac greater than 0 equal to 0.
Greater than 0.
Correct.
Greater than 0.
And if it is like this,
equals to 0.
B square minus 4ac equals to 0. And if you have a condition something like that,
less than 0.
B square minus 4ac less than 0. Clear to everybody?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Any doubt till now, whatever we discussed?
Sir, I have a question, but I'm not sure it's a valid question. Sir, why in the last figure, people already guessed that it will be less than 0?
Because it's not cutting x-axis, right? So it will not be having any root, right? Any real root. It will not be having any real root. Real root is what? Where this function should cross x-axis, right? If the function is not crossing x-axis, that means what? It doesn't have any real root. And we already know that for a determinant, if this value is less than 0, right?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Then that if this value is less than 0 means something here it is negative, right? It will not be getting in real root. So it will be in some form of a complex root, right? So that's why this function doesn't have any real root. So that's why they have guessed it. Because this equation is not cutting x-axis, right? Doesn't have any real root. So this can be the only condition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt that you have? Whatever we have discussed till now?
No,
Sir,
sir. No doubt.
this is only up to week 3, sir.
What?
Sir, up to what you thought now is only for week 3.
Yeah, these are only week 3, and that is what will be asked also in the paper. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt from graded assignment of week 1. Can you take it?
We'll take it. Just wait. We'll just try to solve some problem and then. The roots and all, I hope you'll be able to solve it. I don't think so there will be any issue. Okay, can you solve the third question? What will be the slope of the parabola at that particular point?
So 34.
34.
Okay. So you just have to 2x plus b, right? Put the value of x equals to 2. A, you can calculate it from this equation, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this.
Cannot determine.
D, sir. D, sir.
D.
Correct. Yeah, will be D.
D.
So what about this question? Equation of a tangent. You just have to know what at this particular point you should be knowing a slope, and you already have a point. So this is what you need to get the equation of a straight line.
C option.
C is not correct, I guess. Check it out one second.
A.
A is also not correct. What will be the slope? First of all, tell me what will be the slope?
Sir, 4x plus 9.
Correct. If you put the value of
21, sir.
21.
So if you just put it here, 4 times 3 plus 9, we'll be getting 21, right? Now if you have to find the equation of a line that has a slope of 21, I guess none of the option is correct, Sim. Now, if you have a slope is what?
21.
21. And then it should pass 3, 11. Y equals to 21x plus c. It should pass this. Then if you put the value of y equals 21 times 3 plus c. So c you'll be getting as 11 minus 21 into 3. That is 63. Minus 52. So none of the option is correct. Right? I think there is some error, I guess. But yeah, so if this was the question was given, this is, I guess, let's say example, if you take minus 2x square plus 9x, what will you get? Minus 4 times 3 plus 9. Yeah, then you'll get the correct. Yeah, so if it was minus 2x square plus 9x plus 20, then you would have got, I guess, B or C. So because the slope is minus 3, right? Correct? If it is plus 2x square plus 9x plus 20, then the slope is 21. So you'll get the answer something like y equals to 21x minus 11 minus 63. Clear? Can you solve this one? Find the length of the line segment of a straight line on the straight line bounded by this curve. Let's see how many of you are able to solve this.
A.
No, A is not correct.
C, sir.
Yeah, B, how did you calculate that?
Root 2.
Correct. So this is the equation. This is a parabola that will go upward, right? And at y equals to 2, right? At y equals to 2. So you'll be getting 2 points, correct?
Yes, sir.
So x coordinate, whatever the x coordinate that you are getting, right? Here and here. That length
Plus
is only you have to calculate, right? So you have to twice that value, or maybe whatever the value that you are getting. So if you'll put y equals to 2 here, y equals to 2 equals to 4x square. So what you are getting? X square equals to 1 by 2. X equals to plus minus 1 by root 2 you'll be getting. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you just calculate it, what is the value that you'll be getting? 1 by 2 minus of minus. This will be the length that you can calculate.
Root 2.
Yeah, so you'll be getting root 2. Correct. So you'll be get plus. So you'll be having 1 upon root 2 times 2. So it'll be root 2. Any doubt anybody has in this question?
Yes, sir, the last step.
Last step. Okay. So you'll be getting some value x here, right? X you got it here as some value x you have got it as 1 upon root 2, 2. Here you got it as minus 1 upon root 2, 2. If you have to calculate this length, okay, this is nothing, and this is parallel to x-axis, right? If you, let's say example, this point you got, this point you got. If you have to calculate the distance, right? This is what you have told, right? Length of this. How do you calculate if you have been given x1, y1, and x2, y1 itself? So both y1 and y1 is same, right? So what you have to do is directly you can calculate x minus x2. See, if you have
Right,
any,
sir.
if you have a point here and here, right? If this is 2 and this is 5, how do you calculate this length? You can calculate it by putting like y equals to 0 here, right? And here also it's 0, right? Both are same. So you can directly calculate that as minus 5 minus 2 whole square under root. So you'll be getting some 5 minus 2. Correct? This is what we have done. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, today's last question. And then if you have a doubt from, yeah, so this question is the final question. If you are able to solve this, you have already understood everything. Just solve this question. And do not check, the answer is wrong here.
Less than 0, sir. Yeah.
Less than 0, how did you get the idea?
And the b minus x coefficient is -1, so it's will be less than, so be positive and
Okay, so first, the others who try to solve that.
Sir, option D.
Sir, option D.
How are you guys solving this?
Sir, if we solve for y, then we are getting the coefficient of x square as minus a. And since it is an upward parabola, so a should means the coefficient of x square should be positive. So hence a should be less than.
Yeah,
Minus a
that is
greater than 0,
correct.
so
That
a
is
is
the
less
correct
than 0.
explanation. Yeah, that's the correct explanation. So what you have to do at the end, you don't have to worry about the b. Okay, you don't have to worry about b. You just have to check what the coefficient of x square, right? What is the coefficient of x square? You are getting minus ax square, right? Correct. To get the parabola going upward, what do you need? This value minus a should be what? Positive. That means what? A should be negative. Is this clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you
Yes,
please
sir.
Yes, sir.
explain one more time?
What?
Explain one more time.
Yeah. What I was saying is, for any parabola to go upward, what do you think? What should happen? A should be positive, correct?
Yes, yes.
A is what? A is the coefficient of this x square.
Yes.
Just okay. A is the coefficient of x square, right? Plus bx plus c. So here also you just have to take care of the coefficient of x square. If you'll just like multiply all those things, what you will be getting? X square is here, right? And x is here. So you'll be getting what? Minus x square times a. Correct? This
Yes,
coefficient
yes.
should have been positive. So minus a you need as positive. That means what? A should be negative.
Oh, okay, sir. Understood.
Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear to everybody? So yeah, so we are done with the session today. So I hope you would have understood everything about the whatever we have discussed. And this is what you should be knowing, okay, about the third week. Nothing more, nothing less. You just try. You can try it out, some questions more, but this is what you should be knowing.
When is the week
Sir, can I
4?
ask my doubt now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, it's from week 1. No, it's for week 2.
Yeah, what is the doubt?
Sir,
give me a second. If anybody has a doubt in week 3, okay. If nobody has a doubt, so we are just wrapping up. Yeah, week 2. If you have, I'll just take some doubts from week 2 that the person was asking. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Whoever was asking.
Sir, I am unable to understand the last lecture of week 2. That is straight line fit.
Straight line. Are you talking about sum of squared error?
Sir?
Which topic you didn't understand? Sum of squared error, right?
Yes, sir. It's lecture 13, straight line fit from week 2.
Sum of squared error, right? That is what the topic is. SSE, right? Or something
Yes,
else
sir,
you're
he's
talking
mentioning that. So SSE only.
Yes,
he's
sir.
talking.
But okay, so I'll just try to that make you understand once again. I hope I discussed those concepts in one of my session, but I'll try to discuss that again. See that maybe if you are not able to understand altogether, but that is not a difficult topic. What I was trying to say is, so the name itself is just see, the name itself tells you sum of squared error, right? Sum of squared error, correct? See, this is one of the metric that we use in ML. Okay, if you are not aware of those ML metric, everything, it's fine. As of now, whatever I'm saying, that you just digest that. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, you are calculating some form of error, then you do the square of that error. And what is that error? The error, the difference between the predicted value, okay, you can say the experimented value, any value that you have modeled something. So some model you have created, some linear model you have created, right? Ax plus b. This is the model that you have created. And you have created on the basis of some data that is already there. Okay, the data was in the form of xy. Maybe you can just think of as an example, when in the in the class 11 or 12, you were taught Ohm's law, right? Correct? V equals to IR. That was also some form of a linear equation only, right? So R was resistance and I was current through the inductor, and then the voltage V was the voltage across the conductor, right? So you were having, okay, some values of the resistor. Like, let's for example, you were given some experiment, like some value, actual value you have been given, some form of a X and Y. Correct? But you did the experiment, and then you got from the experiment, I mean, you have this model, right? From this model, you got something else, the XY coordinate itself. Okay, so the original value was already there, XY, in the form of XY coordinate. You got some value on the basis of this model. Now, there will be some differences, right? The original value and then what you have done experimentally, right? There is some differences, right? Correct? This is the assumption. This is V equals to I, and it will not always be following, right? There will be some here and there. So some values will be there here and there, right? So that difference that you calculate, the error that you calculate, right? So that error, then when you square it and then calculate the summation of all those, that you call it as a sum of square error. There is a significance. Like, why do we do that? See, why can't we directly calculate the mod of the error? Why can't we directly add the error itself? So I told you in the last session also, there are methods where we just do the summation of the error or do the mod of the error, or maybe here what we are doing, we are just learning about one of the metrics, that is sum of square error. Okay, there are many metrics on, out of that we are just learning about one metric. Okay, so maybe with the example you'll be able to understand this. You were having a value x and y. X and y, the given that was already given to you, some value. When x is equals to 1, the y should be coming out to be 2. When x is equals to 2, the y should be coming out to be 4. And the x is 3, the y should be coming out to be 6. But the model that you have built, okay, the model you built was y equals to 2x plus 1. Right? So according to you, whenever the x is 1, you should be getting y cap as y1. Okay, x1, when you are putting x equals to 1, you should be getting y equals to what? 3. When you will be putting x equals to 2, you should be getting what? 5. And 3, then you should be getting 7. This was the original value, the data that was given. On the basis of this data, you have built a model M1. Correct? And then you have to find what? The sum of square that you have been asked to find, right? Those are metric to find whether the model that you have built M1 is better than the other or not. There can be some person, let's for example, your friend, he or she has built a model that is M2 equals to 2x plus 1.5, something like that, or maybe 0.5. Then you have to check whether which of the two is better. Which of the two is normally equating your equation, the actual value. Which of the two is almost similar to your actual value, right? There can be, I can build a model M3, 2x plus 0.1, something like that. This is more closer. How will you check whether which of the two, 3 is more closer to the original value? So there should be some metric, right? And which of the metric? This is one of the metric, the sum of square error. What will you do? you will calculate y1, right? This is yours. Let's, for example, y2, your friend, y3, mine. Okay, and then you will calculate the y1 minus the original value, y2 minus original value, y3 minus original value. Then you will square all those values and do the summation. Okay, in the end, whichever will be the minimum, that you will be calling it as a one of the best model that generally tells you about that is very closer to your original. That is not actual, but that is very close to the actual value that was already given, the data set that was given, right? Are you able to understand this or not?
That means we have to find the closest approach to that question, which are given.
See, first of all, you will mostly be not be asked to calculate which of the model is good. You will be just you will be given some values x and y, and then a model has been given to you, and then you will be asked to calculate the sum of square error. That's it. You know the procedure, right? How to calculate the sum of square error? You calculate y from this model. Y is already been given to you. You just calculate the difference between these two. Okay, y minus y cap. Okay, and then do the square and do the summation. Okay, this is sum of square error. If you have been asked, okay, m1 is better or m2 is better, then you have to calculate it for both. Y minus, here you have to calculate sum of square error for this, and whichever has the minimum value, that will be much closer, right? Whichever has a less error, that is more closer to your actual value, right? That model, you can use it. If let's, for example, tomorrow you have to use, you have been asked to use one of the three model, right? Where it should follow your this actual value. Which model you will be using? This model, right? Where your error is coming out to be very minimal. Are you getting me or not? This is what your sum of square error is. If you are not able to understand, you should just be knowing how to calculate the sum of square error. That's it.
Some means we have to use that error which is minimum to the real value.
Correct. And that is what happens, right? If you have to use, let's say example, v equals to, somebody would have came with the equation v equals to ir plus 5. And if let's say example v equals to ir plus 5 was almost similar to every, like v equals to ir plus 5 was the value, the voltage that you would have got, and the actual value, let's say example, some data collection would have been done, right, of voltage versus current and resistance, right? And if v equals to ir plus 5 would have been the closest, right, then you would have been following v equals to ir plus 5, right? Are you getting me? So v equals to ir was the closest, right?
So I get it, sir. We have to use that value which is minimum error, the given value, with minimum error from that given value.
Correct. Minimum error that you are calculating, the minimum, like whatever the sum that you are calculating, that will be one of the better model. Okay. In coming future, you will be learning about lot of metric. It's not about just, we'll be learning about, see, somebody can come and then tell, why can't we calculate the root, right? Square error you calculated, square you have done, and then you have done the summation, take the root also. Somebody can come, right? That is also one of the metric that you don't have to read. It's there, but you will be reading in some coming topics or subjects and all, right? You don't have to learn it now. That is what I'm trying to say. This is one of the metric that is just been taught to you. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I have a doubt for week 2 practice assignment question number 17.
Okay, what is that question? I don't have a question, so you'll have to just tell me.
Okay. Suppose there are two roads perpendicular to each other, which are both at the same distance from Priya's house, considered as the origin. The meeting point of the two roads is on the x-axis and at a distance of 5 units from Priya's house. Choose the correct possible equation representing the roads.
Okay, so it's like you just read it too fast. Can you just send me the screenshot or something? I'll get an idea.
Okay.
Anything else? Anybody has any other doubt apart from this?
Yes, sir. I have a doubt.
Yes, sir. Some most of the questions of graded assignment, it's from tutorial lectures. So, but tutorial lectures is for practice purpose.
1 second. And you guys have a doubt session, right? Every day that happens 4 to 6. Why don't you join those sessions? I don't know. Like, so there is always like almost 4 days a week. you have a doubt session, right? 4 to 6. Are you guys joining that session or not?
Sir, sometimes I join classes.
Yeah, that is for the doubt session only, right? Those totally for the doubt session. They'll not be. Those are just for the doubt session. You just have to go and ask for doubt. They'll clear all your doubts, right?
Yes, sir. But in this grade 2 in this week graded assignment, the most of the questions is from tutorial lectures and additional lectures.
So
which is for additional purposes.
No, whatever has been taught, right? All the graded questions are from those topics itself. Tutorial video, it's itself the infer, you can say, one of the like additional videos. Those are also the syllabus only. It's not like those are the additional videos or something. Those are just been recorded for your help only to solve your doubts. Okay, so that you'll not be getting any doubts and all.
So I tried to solve graded assignment today at 4 a.m. When I finished my lectures, when I completed my whole math at night, when I tried to attend the graded assignment, I am unable to solve it.
Unable to solve it, what? I didn't get. Like, those are all questions are like which week to.
So, but those questions as I watched one tutorial lectures, and one of the graded assignment, one of the question of the graded assignment is same as the tutorial lectures. Then I realized that all of the questions of the graded assignment is from tutorial lectures.
Yeah, so it's fine now. You just go watch tutorial, and on the basis of that, you can solve the graded assignment, right? That's good for you, right?
Yes, sir. I have to watch.
No, see, what I'm trying to say is the graded the tutorial that has been recorded, right? Those tutorial also are the part of the syllabus only. It's not like something additional or something, right? Those are some of the questions we are discussing. Those are a bit difficult to solve. Okay, so we are just discussing that this type of question also can be asked in your exam. Okay, so those lecture also you have to watch. Every week we'll be having some 10 to 15 tutorials. Those you have to watch it. You have to go through that. You have to solve those questions. Okay, it's not for just we have recorded and just kept it as additional. No, those are all parts of the syllabus only. You have to solve those. Okay, there can be some question. Those can be directly as is it like same as graded assignment. Okay, so that is totally fine.
Okay, so means we have to watch tutorial lecture. It's from syllabus. I thought all the additional lectures is additional. We don't have to watch that.
No, everything you have to watch. Then why did we keep those tutorial videos? Like we would not have recorded, right? We have recorded for you guys only, right?
Okay, sorry, sir. So that's my doubt.
Okay, yeah. So you can just go through that and then try to solve.
That's my doubt because I am unable to solve it. Graded assignment, I am unable to solve graded assignment. That's my doubt.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. You just solve it with the help of the tutorial videos and all, right?
So means I have to watch now all the tutorial lectures. I didn't
watch.
watch.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to watch.
I have sent the screenshot.
Is this the question? Is this the question a constructor is asked to construct a road which is at a distance? This is what you have asked me? Or something else? Are you there? Whoever was asking?
No, it's not the constructor one. It's oh
no,
sorry.
But I didn't got any screenshot there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I sent the wrong one. I'll send the right one.
You have to send it in on the chat.
You guys can ask in the discussion forum also. There are some people, concerned people who can like reply there also. Just send me quickly so that I'll have to. Yeah. Or maybe if you are not able to
send it assignment, I choose the correct option, which is correct, but it will be the incorrect in the showing incorrect.
No, it can't be possible. Like all the questions has been like checked it. Like we have checked it multiple times. If there is an error, you can just write a mail to me. Okay, I'll just try to check that. But mostly it will be correct only. I don't think so there can be any issue.
Sir, can you check the question number 5 of graded assignment of week 1?
No, there won't be any error. Like, okay, you can week 5, huh?
I have sent the screenshot, by the way.
Okay, so suppose there are two roads perpendicular to each other, which are both at the same distance. This is what your question is?
Yeah.
Both at the same distance from Priya's home. Considered it as the origin. The meeting point of the two road is on the x-axis and at a distance of 5 units from the Priya. Okay.
So everyone has different questions in their graded assignment.
Yeah, everybody has different vision.
So
See,
I have doubt in the plane. There are.
See, okay. So whoever is asking the question, right? If you just think of both are perpendicular to each other. So there are so many options that already got cancelled, right? D option not possible, right? So I guess only C option is for A option. Okay, you can just think of inadequate, but even G is not possible, right? So what you're left with only 2, 3 options only. C you are left with, F you are left with, and what else? A, B you are left with, right? So out of these 3, you can just check which of. So what's the doubt that you're facing? It's not that difficult, right?
Actually, I was not able to solve the like I couldn't figure out how to solve the question without seeing the answers. Like I could reverse engineer it, but I thought that I wanted to solve it properly.
Okay. Okay. So let's try to solve this. So you have been given, suppose that there are two roads that are perpendicular to each other, which are both at the same distance. Let me write it somewhere. Somebody else has some. Let me first solve that question. Then I'll go to the other part. How can we show you? 1 second. Just give me a second. I take the screenshot. Yes. Okay. This is what the question is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now it has been said that suppose there are two roads perpendicular to each other, which are both at the same distance from Priya's home. Considered. Okay, so the origin is considered as home, right? Okay. The meeting point of these two roads is on x-axis and at a 5 distance from. So it can be here and it can be here, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So it can be 5, 0 or minus 5, 0. Okay, so now tell me which of the following can be the correct. So no, you can't directly calculate. You have to go for with the option only here. Nothing much information has been given. Okay, so you have to go with the options only here. Okay.
So why can't I take the inadequate information? Because
No, but from this options you can calculate, right? Let's, for example, any of the options you check it.
okay.
See what you need. So there can be two roads, right? That can be perpendicular to each other and can pass through this, right? If this is M1, this is minus M, correct? And that passes through 5, 0.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, so you just go with the, I guess, any option that you go. First of all, you check whether the line that passes through minus 5, 0 or not. Will the B option will pass through that?
I think so. B
No,
might
how,
be right.
So can you explain it in?
No, the B option, this y equals to half, oh sorry. B equals to y equals to x by 2 plus 5. This will not pass, right?
All right. I'm sorry, I was seeing the C
Yeah,
one.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will not pass. Whatever the C, this will pass, right?
Right, this will pass, yeah.
Correct. Okay, so this can be a correct option. Whatever the D option, D is not perpendicular to each other. So D cancelled, right?
Right.
Okay. Whatever the, this is E, right? E will also, I guess, minus 5. It will not pass, right?
It will not pass, no.
Correct?
Yeah.
F will pass, I guess. And this is not perpendicular to each other. So you are left with C and F.
Okay.
Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Sir, can I share my screen to show you the problem?
So yes, so can we solve? Okay, just give me a second, I guess. From the option, you can directly solve this. Directly, it is.
So I shared a one doubt photo.
No, give me a second. Yeah, so we'll not be taking any other doubts. Like, I'll just be closing this. Maybe in the tomorrow 4 to 6 session, you can join it and ask your doubt. And maybe you have a discussion forum also, right? You can ask your doubt there also. This would be the last doubt that I'm taking.
Okay, sir, no worries. Sir,
Sir,
tomorrow's
in
6 is
session
doubt
4 to
session.
6, I asked, but they can't answer it properly. That's why I am asking to you.
They can't answer.
Sir, they answer, but I am not satisfied with that.
Okay. Who was taking the session? Okay, leave that.
Any TA was there.
But I don't think so. They are already been there. So yeah, this you can't do it. Like you have to go with the options only. Whoever is asking, right? So you'll have to go with the options only.
Okay.
Because nothing has been given about the slope. This just been given that the both are perpendicular to each other and meeting on the x-axis. There can be n number of like straight line, right? There can be n number. Any straight line can, any line with the slope, any slope can meet on the x-axis, right? So there is nothing specific has been given about the slope. So from the options only you can mark it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
got it.
I hope this is clear to you. Yeah. Yeah. But even though whatever you were thinking is also correct. So because you're not able to, with the given information, you are not able to get the straight line that. Okay.
Yeah.
If it was given like the slope is 1 or something, then you would have got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. And so yeah, so whatever the doubt that you have, right? Okay, I'll try to take some more sessions. Maybe.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Good
thanks.
night.
Yeah.
Sir, wait, where can I get the PDF of this session?
Yeah, I'll share it in the calendar. I'll just attach. Okay, the session, like the PDF that we are using. Okay, in every
Okay,
session
sir.
that I'll be taking, I'll just attach it after the session in the same calendar, so you can just go and download from there.
Okay, sir. Thank
The
you.
Yes, sir.
next out session is
That would be
tomorrow
good,
4
sir.
to
Actually,
6.
Yeah.
Good
So
night,
next out
sir.
session is
taking calendar is easy for.
Yeah. And you can so the same videos I have recorded in the Hindi also. If somebody wants to watch that in the Hindi also, all the videos has been already converted into Hindi also. If you are good at if you are able to understand that. So we have recorded, me and Samiksha has recorded all the videos. So that also you can refer. I hope the link whenever you go and watch the original video, we'll be having a link for the Hindi videos also. If you are able to understand, you can just go through that also. Okay. Okay. Then thanks everyone for joining it up and
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Excuse me, sir. Tomorrow's 4 to 6 doubt session.
Tomorrow you can just check the calendar. Tomorrow, so there are 4 sessions. That is on Monday, Tuesday, and then Saturday. I don't know. You can just check the calendar. I'll just wait a second. I'll just let you know. So this is Sunday, and then you have it on Tuesday. Tomorrow you have a 4 to 6.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'll just ask them to discuss the week 2. You have to discuss, right? I'll ask them to discuss the week 2 doubts only. Okay. They'll discuss the week 2 doubts. That is whatever you have.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sir, whatever you do, sir,
Thank you.
post it in a calendar. It will be good.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'll post it
from
there.
the calendar.
Yeah. I'll post it there. Thanks.
But Vishal, tomorrow is the deadline for week 2, am I right?
Yeah, tomorrow is the deadline for week 2. Correct.
Because you said that they will discuss week 2 thing, so they won't be discussing the graded assignment. Only the
No, they can't discuss. They can't discuss the
that's
graded
what I
assignment.
meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks everyone, and have a nice.
Thank you, sir. Good night. Have a nice night. Night.
Bye.
Good night, sir.
Thank you. Nope. Bye.